Did you know that the key to overcoming fear and uncertainty has been hiding in plain sight for over 2,500 years? We live in a world obsessed with control. We crave certainty. We fear the unknown. And this constant struggle against the inevitable creates a constant undercurrent of anxiety. But what if I told you that there's a way to embrace uncertainty, to find peace amidst the chaos, and to live a life of courage and freedom? Stick around, because we're now diving into this ancient wisdom and uncovering how it can transform your life. Also, stay until the end for a golden tip, because I'm going to share with you how you can apply it in your own life. Imagine living your life unshackled by doubt, hesitation, or anxiety. Sounds impossible, right? But it's not. The secret lies in the timeless wisdom of Buddhist teachings: impermanence and non-attachment. Among the core teachings of Buddhist philosophy are two fundamental principles. 1. Impermanence. Everything is constantly changing. Nothing is permanent. 2. Non-attachment. To find true freedom, we must learn to detach ourselves from our desires, our fears, and our expectations. Now I know what you're thinking. Easier said than done. And you're absolutely right, but hear me out. Let's start with a fundamental truth: everything changes. This is the essence of impermanence, or anicca, as the Buddhists call it. Nothing in life, no success, no failure, no joy, no pain, lasts forever. Now here's the shocking part. Most of our fear comes from trying to fight this reality of impermanence. We cling to what feels safe: relationships, money, achievements, hoping they'll shield us from uncertainty. But guess what? That clinging is the very source of our suffering. Our modern world constantly bombards us with messages of fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the future. We cling to the illusion of control, desperately trying to predict and manipulate every outcome. But this constant struggle creates a vicious cycle of anxiety and stress. Think about it. How often do you stress about losing something you love? What if you could learn to let go of that fear? Here's where it gets interesting. The Buddha taught that impermanence isn't a curse, it's freedom. If nothing is permanent, then neither are your fears. That argument you had last week? It'll fade. The worry about your future? It's just passing clouds. Once you embrace this, fear begins to lose its grip on you. Imagine a surfer battling a raging storm. The more they fight against the waves, the more they get tossed around and exhausted. But a skilled surfer learns to flow with the waves, to harness their power, and to ride the storm with grace. Life, like the ocean, is constantly in motion. There will always be ups and downs, successes and failures, joys and sorrows. To resist this natural flow is to create unnecessary suffering. Embrace the impermanence of all things. Understand that change is inevitable. Just as the seasons change, so too do our circumstances, our emotions, and even our bodies. But wait, what about non-attachment? Isn't it just another word for giving up? Absolutely not. Non-attachment doesn't mean you stop caring, it means you stop clinging. Here's the controversy. Society tells us to chase things relentlessly: dream jobs, perfect relationships, endless success. But this constant chasing? It's like drinking salt water when you're thirsty. The more you cling, the emptier you feel. However, when we accept that nothing is permanent, we begin to detach from our attachments to specific outcomes. We learn to appreciate the present moment, to savor the beauty of the fleeting. Non-attachment doesn't mean indifference. It means cultivating a sense of detachment from Or better expressed, non-attachment to the outcome. It means focusing on the process, on the journey itself, rather than fixating on the destination. Non-attachment is about showing up fully in the present, without letting fear of loss dominate you. It's about loving deeply, knowing that it's okay to let go. It's about pursuing your goals, knowing that your worth doesn't depend on the outcome. Here's an intriguing thought. What if letting go made you more powerful, not weaker? Let me share with you a story from Buddhist tradition. A monk once clung to his favorite bowl, terrified it might break. One day, his teacher said, "That bowl is already broken." At first, the monk was confused. But then, he got it. Seeing the bowl as already broken freed him from his fear. He could now enjoy it without attachment. The lesson? What you fear losing is already gone in the grand flow of life. When you accept that, fear dissolves. When we are not clinging to specific desires or outcomes, we become more open to new possibilities, more compassionate towards others, and more resilient in the face of adversity. Fear arises from the unknown. But when we embrace uncertainty, we open ourselves to a world of wonder and possibility. Imagine a skydiver leaping from a plane. Fear is natural. But the real courage lies not in the absence of fear, but in the willingness to face it, to acknowledge it, and to leap anyway. By cultivating mindfulness, we can learn to observe our fears without judgment. We can acknowledge their presence without allowing them to paralyze us. Remember, courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act in spite of it. So, the next time you face a challenge, a fear, an uncertainty, remember the wisdom of the Zen masters. Embrace the impermanence of all things. Cultivate non-attachment. And find the courage to step into the unknown. You are stronger than you think. You are more resilient than you believe. Embrace the journey and find your inner peace. Next, let's dive in for a golden tip on how to apply this in your own life. Here's a 3-step process inspired by Buddhist teachings. 1. Acknowledge impermanence. Take a moment each day to reflect on how everything changes, your thoughts, emotions, even the seasons. 2. Detach mindfully. Next time you feel fear or anxiety, ask yourself, what am I clinging to? Then, imagine releasing it. 3. Practice gratitude. Cherish the present moment as it is. When you stop fighting change, you start appreciating what you have. Imagine a life where fear no longer controls you. A life where uncertainty doesn't paralyze you but excites you. That's the power of impermanence and non-attachment. Yes, it's a journey, but every step brings you closer to a fearless, authentic life. Remember this. Letting go isn't about losing, it's about gaining freedom. Fear is loud, but your courage is louder. The Zen path to courage is right here, waiting for you to take the first step. If this message resonated with you, hit like and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember to subscribe, we're just getting started on this journey together. That's it for this video. See you.